Hi, as I left off with the last video, I realized that there was one more thing that I wanted to mention here, and that was right now, excuse me, as I said, as I left off, I have this object that is grouped together. So, and that the reason that I did that was so that I can more easily drag the whole thing around without having to drag individual parts around, so that it enables me to be able to find a good spot on, for instance, if I'm using a sheet of acrylic that already has cuts out of it, it enables me to find a good spot on there to place this object for engraving and cutting. But just because you have these grouped doesn't mean that you can't see the actual, the properties of each of these entities separately. So, right now, if I have the pick tool enabled, if I pick on this, you'll see that I don't really see the outline width or anything like that, because they're grouped together. But the way that I can manage this is if I go into my window menu and my Dockers, and then go to objects. And I think, so this is CorelDRAW 2019. The ones on the computers that are attached to the laser engravers at the Altoona campus are 2018. So CorelDRAW 2018. I think there it's actually like Object Manager, if I'm not mistaken. So, but it's the same basic effect here. If I select this now, I'm going to get this objects docker that pops up, and you'll see that I have this thing called group of two objects. So if I'll just kind of click over here and off onto the page, reselect this, and you'll see I've got this thing called group of two objects that's now selected. And there's different things that I can do in here, but one of them is I can see the two entities that make up that group of the two objects. And if I left click and select on each of those, you'll see now as I go up here, I can see the different attributes associated with those entities. So for instance, if I really wanted to check to make sure that I had things set so that for instance, the text was not going to be vector cut. So in other words, that it didn't have a weight of hairline, associated with the text, I could select that and see, or likewise, if I wanted to make sure that I truly did set this outside curve or this outside rectangle to hairline, I can also do that. So I can select it and see up here at the top of the screen. So again, I think in CorelDRAW 2018, I think it's the Object Manager. So the window, and then the Dockers, and then in this case, I've got object selected, and I believe it's Object Manager in that one. And so, but again, I wanted to give everybody a heads up on that, because sometimes you may need to go back in there and check, or you may want to go back in there and check to make sure that you had set what you needed to hairline so that it will vector cut on the laser engraver. So anyway, till next time, thank you and see you later.